took the van. By the time I get back, we should have enough. I'll do a PTC. Let's have a little scan across the field to see what we got. KC-10 arrived yesterday. Absolutely nothing going on with that right now. So just to let you folks know, good morning from RAF Mildenhall. I have a tail that I've just seen moving. So we should have 135 on the move. Well, you know what? Somebody's saying, talking about that you know, back in the back in the war with the Lancasters, when they used to the ground crews used to do what was called dressing the aircraft, dressing it so that the props would be all in alignment. It looks, but that's not a manual dressing. That's just the way the engines stop, top dead center and all that kind of stuff, you know. Oh, okay. There's one little out of sync, is there? Now these are all visitors, folks. These Hercs, I believe, in from, is it Portugal or Spain? One of the two. C-17. Oh, look how big that C-17 is compared to the Herc. Just unbelievable, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. And that Herc, if you go and walk up to that Herc, it's a big old lump, you know. But see if we can get any ident marks on that. I don't know if you can see any ident marks on the tails of those Hercs. KC-135, I believe, sorry, the KC-10 brought with it a couple of F-35s, which are now down at Lakenheath, down the road, or up the road, literally across the road. That apparently, according to somebody just told me, that C-17 came into Mildenhall and then made the quick hop over here to, went into Lakenheath, sorry, and made the quick hop over here to Mildenhall. Oh, there we go. Now, whether this is going in, you just don't know. It is a lottery when you come here to Mildenhall. It's not like with Lakenheath where you kind of know what's going to happen at about 8 AM. You know it's going to be hustle bustle right up to the lunch period, then the break, and then another afternoon session. Normally, a little bit different on Fridays, but. And of course, over on the right-hand side here is home of the 100th air refueling wing. Now you see, as far as I can see, that Hercules there has got the up-rated engines. There she comes now, look. Oh, it's a couple of them. We've got a couple of them. Nice. United States Air Force. Looking good. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see from the bottom right-hand side of your screen there, we are at the Willows campsite here at Mildenhall. Great position. Has to be a prime spot in terms of camping here. So whether this is, here we go. First one's gone up pretty rapid. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Morning, folks. It is early morning. It's quite a little bit blustery, a little bit of chill in the air. Just cut that out, run that. There we go. Okay, Terry Stapley telling us KC10 is 85-0031. Alex, Andrew Rideout, good morning. Keith Cornell, good morning. Simon Ice 41, Sandy Humby, Pam R. Loving that shot. Great stuff. Speedy Robin, that's interesting because he's saying 747 coming into Mildenhall just over London now. Okay, interesting, because we did have Atlas Air 767 in about 30-40 minutes ago. Is it who is it, sorry? It's Western Global, is it? Thanks, Speedy Robin. Thanks, folks. Chicky Armitage, loving that lineup. Simon Ice 41, indeed they are based on the old 707. In fact, I think if anything, maybe they're based on the old 720 airframe, because the 720 was a very sort of like a much stubbier, shorter variant of the 707. So I think I might be right in that. Still got the old, I think that's the UHF aerial on the, although that probably wouldn't be. It'd probably be a revised mast on the top of the vertical stabilizer. Dominic CH, John Gridham, looking forward to C13 starting up. Well, we're hoping that we're going to get, because they were in on Monday. So let's hope. John Thackeray, I think I watched the KC-10 arrive via Flight Radar 24 last night. Very good chance that you did, John, because it did. I think something arrived about, I think the Hercs came in around about 2 a.m. Flying Panther, good morning to you. Those KC-135s, I think over time they have been re-engined with the, is it the CF6 engine or is it the, let's just have a little look here. Oh, Philip Thorley. I haven't heard this. Apparently, US Air Force have grounded their entire B-1 Lancer bomber fleet due to fuel pump issues. Each aircraft is being assessed and returned to flight if possible. Okay, we have runway lights on. So do we have anything on approach? Or are these guys going to be doing circuits and bumps? I hope they are. Is anyone following those KC-135s? Keith Trenchard, good morning to you. Ranger Craig, good to see the size comparison. It is amazing, the size of that C-17 tail against that, what appears to be a tiny little Herc, but of course it isn't. It's a big old aircraft when you get up to it. Mick Worsfold, A. Cotton, good morning. Don't forget, folks, we're here for the morning here, right up till sort of probably about, I don't know, 1 o'clock. Then we'll be switching down to Lakenheath for the afternoon exercises. 5 F-35s due in here. There were 2 that arrived yesterday, apparently, into Lakenheath, and there are another 5 F-35s that are due in today. And they are the Navy F-35s, which are going to be supporting exercises on the Queen Elizabeth carrier, the latest and newest addition to the Navy fleet. And of course, that's the shorter carrier version variant with the ramp takeoff rather than the traditional style of aircraft carrier, which you see the big, the big American carriers. This is the shorter variant with a I'm sure it's a very large ship, but just working better for especially for the F-35. These Bs, F-35Bs, I think they are the carrier variant. Peregrine Bush, yes, US Air Force starting to retire their KC-10s and should be replaced by the KC-46 based on the Boeing 767 airframe in time. Yes. Great shame. I'm sure we all unanimously agree that we would much rather see the KC-10s stay on for the foreseeable, but it is what it is. David Norstrand, good morning to you. Sarah Deal loves the RAF. Simon Ice 41. Oh, okay, Simon Ice, I am correct. Indeed, it is based on the 720 airframe. Thank you, Simon Ice, appreciate that. Quid 31 and Quid 33 call signs for the KC-135s. Andrew Smith, thanks for that. Anybody interested in that, which is good for those who are tracking them. Those two KC-135s that took off just now are 58 and 62 years old. Gentleman who came up here to welcome me this morning was mentioning about the age of these aircraft. You know, he was 9 years old. He was 9 years old when they were put into service. Just incredible. One of them is a year older than me, and the other one is 4 years older than me. Liverpool fan 67, Quid 31 came right over Liverpool last night about tea time on the way to Mildenhall, but too cloudy. Oh, interesting. John Grinham, Emma Louise Seymour, good morning to you. Craig Weir, g'day. CF56 engines on the KC-135s. There we go. It is the smaller CF56. Is it CFM56 or CF56? Sandy Humby, I think you might be right there, Sandy, actually. I think Monarch Airlines did operate the 720B. 14 minutes out, Kirk Edwards, the 747. Lisa Cruz, good morning to you. Oh, Akira, do they ever bring the gunship version of the C-130? Wow, that would be good, wouldn't it? All runway lights are now active, as you can see. Strobes are on. The Ospreys, or the V22s, it's their now, you know, got a little bit of movement going on around there, so who knows, you just don't know. It's the thing with Mildenhall, is that you don't really know what's going to be happening. Oh man, that light is quite... Maybe a little bit of movement going on there, I don't know. Twin rotor on the Osprey, great aircraft. That's their normal parking assigned pan over there. I think that apart from that, anything that is parked up over there generally is visitors, whereas over on the right hand side of the airfield is the air refueling wing of the, is it the 100th, I think. Also stationed here are the 352nd Special Operations Wing and the 501st Combat Support Wing. see if we can get some info on those guys. Now, I was mentioning earlier the Hercs that are over there are the very old. Well, at least the engine variant is definitely old. Whereas you compare those, I think they're alloy blades on those Hercs. Whereas this is the carbon bladed, you know, the modernised carbon bladed variant that you're seeing over there. Which is more like the kind of blades that you see on, you know, ATRs and things like that, you know, aircraft like that. So, I'm not sure how old these Hercs are, if we're able to get any. Have you got some, is that, you're picking that up? Well, also on the C-17 and on the Herc, yeah, I'm guessing. What, Charlie Mike? Oh, okay. I think it's either Spain or Portugal that those aircraft are in from. Which one? What? The one that we're looking at? Oh, Davis Monson. Okay, from Arizona. Okay. Well, I think they may have flown in from, I don't know, maybe they're stationed and operated out of Arizona. But I think they came into Mildenhall from, on what? On which one? On the C-17. Is that clearer? Hopefully we're going to see a bit of movement with those guys later on. Of course, a lot of people will remember Mildenhall air shows at Mildenhall many moons ago. Okay, KC-135's heading towards the North Sea. Go Country Stew. Thank you, Daniel Morgan, also heading north. Yeah, so Steve Jeff, KC-135's heading over the Wash. Brandon, good day to you. Heading out to sea, still climbing 14,500 feet. Airline photo, thank you. Daniel Morgan, 5 came in a couple of days ago. 5, as in have I missed something there? Sorry, Daniel. Chris Davies, Western Global 747, due in 8. Oh, should see it soon. Shouldn't be that far away. Kelvin Jones, JF Bryson, Christopher Noel, good morning. Good to see some heavy military iron. Alloy. Hodgie, those C-130 with DM markings are from Davis Mountain Air Force Base in Arizona. There we go, thank you for that, Paul. Let's fly away on the big screen. 5 F-35s came into Lakenheath a couple of days ago. There we go, Daniel Morgan saying. There is was it 5? I heard that it was 2 and that there are another 5 due in today. Correct me if I'm wrong there. Keith Cornell seen the AC-130 Spookies at RAF Mildenhall Air Fates and on normal days at weekends. Spookies, brilliant. Alan McMillan, good morning to you. Caroline Blair, John Grinham. Certainly will be, John. Wayne Lynch. We had some F-35 Navy jets exercising over Plymouth all last week. Very loud and great to see. Wow. So we should get some action from the from Lakenheath a little bit later on. What we will get, I'm guessing, as the are they on runway? Is it 06 at Lakenheath? Are they going out from the far end and coming towards the visitors' centre there? Is that rain? Is that rain? Western Global inbound 16 minutes. Brandon telling us thank you. Paul Brown 747 heading for Cambridge, 16,000 feet for Mildenhall. Thanks, Debbie. Dave Yearsley, Casey's over Norfolk Coast, Adam Wilkins saying. Oh, thank you, Rosie. Dominic, not aware of any jets going out of Lakenheath at the moment, although I think if they're on 06s, that means that they're going to be going away from us. The only time we're going to see them is when they are coming back. Now, when they do come back, that means that that will be our signal to sort of like get ourselves set up and ready to move down to the hall, down to Lakenheath, sorry, the Heath. Dane Grayson, there we go. Spy TV. Oh, did I say Rosie? Did I? Oh, Ross. Did I say Rosie Watts? Oh, sorry, Ross. Thanks, mate. Oh, jeez. Sorry, Ross. Guy Martin, good morning to you. Hope you're well. Alid Hughes. Sandy Humby flew on Monarch 720B to Verona and then again from Bologna. Wow. Jazz M going down to Lakenheath later on, Jazz. Cabby 048, good evening from Kath Burgess in Victoria, Australia. G'day. Dream Wedding Entertainment. Good morning to you. Peregrine Bush 747, just turning on to finals. I can see her now. Here we go, folks. Gareth Davis, Queen at 3,000 feet. She's visual. She is visual. Airline Photo wants to see the approach. Well, we will see an approach. We do have a dirty great big tree in the way, but at the moment, all I've got is that gap there, behind the gap. What do you mean, audio? Well, it's gone off. Really? And now it's all right. Welcome to the Willows campsite, folks. It's got to be the... Is it okay now, Julie? Now, interestingly enough, all the runway lights have now been turned off, which is quite interesting. Maybe the captain or first officer or whoever's flying the aircraft requested that they be turned off. Is it? Okay. Oh, Is it stopped now, Jelly? Is it stopped? Oh, for crying out loud, man. Just... Oh, this is putting me off. This is putting me off, man. I'll take the mic out of there and put it over there so it's out of the way. I'll move the mic now. Is it still doing it? Does it do it when I'm facing that way? So you've got crackling on the mic, what you're saying, all the time now. And now you're going to have just buffeting wind. You're going to have to deal with that. Oh, for crying out loud, man. Really? Really? That's a shame. So just going to have to put up with the buffeting of the wind for this, I'm afraid. Which is a real shame, man. A real shame. She's a big old girl. Look at this. Stop. Check it. Are you flipping serious, man? Going again, checking again, checking again. Still there? Is it still there, Jelly? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. It's audio lead, that's all that was, audio lead. Just in and out, you know. Oh, yeah. There we go. Lakenheath is active right now. And there they go. Is that one there? Wow. Is that 06 going out that way, is it?
Yeah, from this way, yeah.
Wow. Okay, so they'll be approaching over the top of us when they come back as well, which is good. Coming over the top of us when they go back.
No, we don't normally see them over here.
Really?
They will come over. It just depends on the traffic here.
Right. Oh yeah, yeah. Of course, yeah.
If they've got a clear slot, they will.
Yeah. It's quite interesting, really, that something as simple as the jack, you know, either the input, male or the female, is enough to affect that audio. But it's just great, isn't it, that it happened at exactly that specific time. You know what I mean? It's just, it is. Yeah, yeah. Atlas Air 767 on radar, is it? Did you say a little while ago, Julie? So I think these regular services, regular big jet freighters into Mildenhall and also Lakenheath, carrying a mixture of freight, food and provisions and equipment, spares, I'm guessing as well, spare parts. personal effects for those air crews that are being stationed here. And shut down on those engines, I think. There it is. Now, is that I'm guessing that she's a converted freighter. Has she got a freight door, rear freight door? Plaza 249 is a new member on Big Jet TV. Good day, Plaza. Hope you're well. Thank you for signing up and joining Big Jet TV here. Hope you're doing well. Get involved in the chat. Thanks, Steve. Appreciate that. Let's get a big from the truck. Hopefully, I might see a bit of movement. Is that rear door's open on that Herc, isn't it? There's a great deal going on with them at the moment, though. The KC-10, which is would be great if they got them. Crew access steps are there, but whether it's going to be active today, we don't know. Somebody mentioning earlier on, of course, soon to be. Well, not soon to be, but eventually to be replaced by the 767 refueler variant. Jeff Bundy, Mark Sanderson, Michael Knight's truck. Interesting. Too right, Speedy Robin. There is no plane like it. Don't feel in any way shy about coming in, talking about your any subject on aviation that you want to talk about, any factoids or technical stuff. Love to learn from you guys too, and of course all of our. We'll just keep a little eye on that. Hopefully, are we going to get anything with the Ospreys this morning? Doesn't look like there's much activity going on around there for sure, which is unfortunate. It's typical, isn't it? Because we'll go down to Lakenheath later on, and then it'll all start kicking off over here, probably, knowing our luck. Neil Shrivana, sorry, this 747, that 747, originally delivered to Japan Airlines in March 1994, converted to a freighter in December 2007, 27 years old. Wow, ex-Japan Airlines. Oh, Steve Jeff, nice to see two 380s flying yesterday, both Emirates. One in Paris going to Dubai and one to Moscow from Dubai. Graham Bessie, good morning to you. Elliot Reid also confirming about the conversion of that ex-Japan Airlines 747. Should maybe see the freight door opening at the back there at some point. Daniel Morgan, helicopter, Royal helicopter, heading our way apparently. Keep an eye out for that. Les S, good morning to you. Jeff Bundy, NHS 340, 7,000 feet, just over the top of him. Janine Kelly, 6 p.m. Australia, I'm guessing that's Australia, is it? Or Donald Roy, take care. Jazz MXXED, Royal Helicopter S76, heading our way from southeast. Oh, interesting. Teignmouth Air Show is going ahead this year. There's the cargo door opening up now. Now we're hoping to do some a show with one of the big conversion outfits in Europe. I think it's EFW. Hoping to do a show with them to showcase the conversion, what goes into converting an aircraft, because there has to be quite a significant amount of structural beefing up, so to speak, around where that cargo door is, because they are literally cutting into the normal airframe. They almost have to cut the aircraft in half in terms of the structural strengthening that they have to apply to it, all the way around the that section where the door is put. Also the flooring as well. A lot of internal structural changes for the cargo, for the cabin itself. Of course, everything comes out of the normal passenger jet cabin, overheads, all that kind of stuff, to maximise the overhead space inside that aircraft. And it is quite amazing when you do take all of that away. All you have literally is the overhead central spine carrying all of the electrical wiring to the back of the aircraft. But it is a quite a significant amount of work needed to be to convert those aircraft into freighters. And that's what's going to be happening with the old Virgin jets, and probably hundreds and hundreds of other 747 freighters around the world at some point are going to be converted, I'd imagine. Christopher Daly is a new member. Welcome, Christopher. Good to see you here. Illusion IL-76 just departed Dublin, Jazz M saying. Oh, Jackie Green. Royal Helicopter was up and around yesterday, went over her in Milton Keynes and went to Durham. Okay, Mark Sarnison also mentioning about the IL-76. It's quite, I mean, there are patches of open sky, but at the moment, well, actually, saying that, with any luck, it's coming towards us. So this cloud cover should clear in the next 30 minutes or so. Possibly. Jeffrey Phillips also mentioning there about the any news on the Virgin to Atlas Air 747 conversion. Well, the thing is, Jeffrey, that we do know that a couple of them are going to be used for troop carriers, sorry. So, as a result of that, in terms of conversions, I'm not sure if one of them is going to be converted to full freight, but I do know that a couple of them, one or two of them, are going to be used for troop carrying. So that means that obviously they will not need to make any significant changes to the structure of the aircraft at all, really. Aled Hughes interested. Yes, we've got that 767 Atlas Air 767, which arrived just as I arrived. Actually, didn't manage to catch it coming in, but we should catch it going out. Don Robbie mentioning there, I think, about the F-35s. Gentleman who came up and met me earlier on mentioned that there were 2 F-35s apparently arrived into Lakenheath earlier on this week, and another 5 are due in today, apparently. Exactly when, I don't know. So all you keen military radar guys and girls out there can obviously keep us posted on that one if you could. Really would appreciate it. BJC. Well, it's funny actually, BJC saying that about how many, wondering how many airlines will regret dumping their 747s in future. I don't think there's going to be that many, to be honest with you, BJC. However, the way that Virgin are going at the moment, they're constantly adding new freighter routes. They've just announced Frankfurt as their latest addition to their freighter routes. So it does make you wonder what's going to happen to that airline in terms of how they're going to satisfy those routes in terms of cargo once passenger services pick up, which they're going to. May 17th, we're hearing that Terminal 3, which is the sort of official Virgin terminal, will be opening on May 17th. So that's, you know, a number of their aircraft are going to be called on for those transatlantic routes. Now, of course, it's not going to be immediately. It's not going to be like all of a sudden they're going to be needing all of those aircraft to cater for those North Atlantic routes. But it does make you wonder whether they would maybe any discussion around the table at some point in time, whether somebody just sort of like, you know, off the cuff, like, oh, it's a shame we got rid of all our jumbos. Maybe we should have kept one of them behind just in case we needed it. In which case, you know, because once the 787s and the 350s and those remaining 330s are put back into service, will they perhaps regret? Highly unlikely, of course, but it's sort of like a fairy tale, isn't it? That they go back out there and say, can we have our jumbo back? Peregrine, 5 USMC F-35Bs arrived Monday. There we go, 2 US National Air Guard F-35s arrived yesterday. They were the two. That was the two. Thank you, Peregrine. So 5 F-35Bs. Bs being the, I think that's the VTOL variant. And 2 US Air National Guard A variants arrived yesterday. Another 5 USMC machines are scheduled today, but will depend on weather and serviceability, etc., etc. Peregrine, thank you very much for that information. Those are the sort of that's the sort of information that we thrive on here, folks. At least I do as well. So you can transfer VHS to DVD nowadays. Jason Clayton, yeah, yeah, there are. Oh yeah, well you can. There are conversion places, aren't there, where you can take it to a conversion house and have it transferred. I'd actually have it put on a stick rather than a DVD. It's just easier if you can do that. Don Robbie, if F-35s coming from the US, they will normally arrive around 6 p.m. after early morning takeoff, and over 9 mid-air refuelings from 2 or 3 KC-10 tankers. Wow. Yeah, I believe that what you guys are saying, Peregrine and Don, just talking about the support aircraft that these F-35s bringing with them. I believe that those 2 Hercs were involved in one of the movements, and the KC-10 that we're seeing down there was involved possibly with the others. Maybe that was the last leg of their journey, that KC-10. Great if they fired those Hercs up. Absolutely nothing happening with that guy down there, is it? Just have a quick look, make sure that nothing's going on. The Ospreys? No. Elliot Reed, our Kia Airlines from Israel are going to be starting flights to Heathrow from 1st of July. Source, Sean M on Twitter. Elliot, thank you for that. Kia, our Kia. Is that 320 or something like that? Oh. Plaza 249, question, what type of engine are the auxiliaries on the 747? The power unit, the APU, I think Plaza's maybe asking there. Well, it's a scaled down, it is a jet engine itself, the APU engine unit itself, but it's a unique scaled down jet engine, or it's just stored underneath or in the aft of the bulkhead, below the tail, but a very powerful unit as well. But what type of engine? Well, it's a jet engine, I think, Plaza is the best way to describe it. Oh, okay, Simon Davey. By the end of May, almost all One World Alliance airlines, exceptional to other than BA, should be returning to T3 at Heathrow. Thank you for that, Simon. Okay, so 2 Vermont F-35s arrived just before 8 o'clock last night. There we go, Graham Smith saying. Let's just have a look and see if I can find that information, because that is a good question there. Okay. Okay, Boeing 747-400 APU is a variant of a Pratt & Whitney turbofan. So there we go. It is a variant. It is a scaled down jet engine. It's used on the Cessna Citation, and that's interesting. So the Cessna Citation. So it is a yeah, it is an aircraft engine. Hope you got that, Plaza. Tony McCall, how many 747s would you need to make a fleet workable? Well, depends on how big your business model is, to be honest with you, Tony, and what you're actually, what you're carrying. I'm guessing that you know, you could theoretically run a business using one aircraft on one route if you've got a contract. To be honest with you, these days, if you've got a 747 freighter available, I'm pretty sure that DHL will probably snap it up and give you a contract to carry commerce, most definitely, postage and so on and so forth. So 1 to however many, I think, would be the answer to that, Tony. Simon Davey, Iberia will also be staying at T5, yes. Iberia, Qatar as well, I believe, based down at T5. Oh, there we go. Johnny Burr converts VHS to DVD and data files for a living. There we go, folks. If anybody needs that doing, then hit up Johnny Burr right there. Jason Clayton nipped to EMA the other night. Got talking to a lady who works in a paint shop there. She said it takes 6 days to remove and repaint a 737. Wow, that is pretty impressive. 6 days to remove and repaint. Wow, on average. So do it in a week. Susie B, good morning. And Jason, I didn't realise that there was actually a paint shop at EMA. Hi there. Hey! Hey! Ray Rowson, Jilly. Look at the t-shirt.
The one who built the control tower, right?
Oh, it's the control tower man out of the pot noodles. Brilliant, man. Fantastic. Good to see you. Nice to see you, man. Oh, mate, you shouldn't have. I'll come down. Hold on a second. Stickers in there. Hopefully there's going to be a bit more activity today, but you never know, do you?
I can't tell. Is there two 747s?
No, 747 and 767.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Atlas Air and Western Global.
So he's sat round the corner.
Yeah, he's sat around the corner. He's on radar at the moment, apparently.
That's a Western Global.
That's the Western Global there.
That's the 747.
Yeah.
And
And the Atlas Air is tucked around the corner.
I thought it was a Cleat.
Yeah, no, that was Western Global that just came in. Yeah.
Oh, right, okay. I'm confused. I thought it was a Cleat.
Yeah. They
Oh,
do
yeah.
mix them up though, don't they? I guess it's what's available at any particular point in time, you know.
But they've been bringing lots of burgers in lately.
Yes.
Do you want a coffee or anything, mate?
Oh, I'm good, thank you. You're very
Sure.
kind. That's very kind. I've got
If I
a.
take a picture of you after my lad follows you all the time.
Oh, does he? I'll go and grab a sticker for you as well.
Oh, brilliant, it will be made up. I took a picture of your van already. and
Oh,
sent it back.
fantastic! Oh, that's great. Thank you. Okay, folks, give me a couple of minutes. I'm just going to nip down to the van, go and grab some stickers because. That's great. You there, Jilly? Coffee? Yeah. Okay. All good. All right. Okay. So, right. Let me... Ray, hold on a minute. I'm just going to go get some stickers. Yeah, nice to meet you too, man. Keep that control tower going.
I've done a few things since. I've done a ton.
Have you?
Yeah, airfield. You don't do body zone anymore, do you?
No, we shut that down, man. Yeah, just Yeah, of course I can, man.
So we're live on TV.
There we go.
Thank you very much, Jerry.
Yeah, look after yourself. Maybe see you over the Lakenheath later, yeah?
Got to be busy over the viewing time.
Yeah, we'll be a bit packed out here, won't it?
Will it? Oh well.
See how it goes.
See how I go, yeah.
Cheers, bud.
Take care.
See you later.
All the best to your wife as well. Hope she gets has a quick recovery.
Thank you.
Thanks, mate. Okay, righty-ho. Okay, sun's coming out. I've just been offered a bacon sarnie.
Quick thumbs up, Jerry. Lovely.
Thanks, mate. Aren't people lovely? We are so lucky to have such a lovely community, man. And you know, everywhere you go, and the ladies and gents here welcoming me. This is the Willows campsite, folks. Bottom right-hand side of your screen there. Oh, blimey, camera's off a bit, isn't it? But this is a great place that you can come and bring your RV or your caravan. Join the caravan of love. Stand up, stand, everybody, everywhere. Say it, man. John Gridham. Okay. If you're happy with that shot at the moment, folks, the 747 unloading, then we'll leave it on that at the moment. Valerie Dickens, good day to you. Have a great day. Debbie Speller, no, I did mention about it being, you know, I said you can cook it as long as you like. He said, well, you're like me then. Yeah, I said no bouncy bits. Grumpy Taffy saying EMA has a busy paint shop. Okay, so whose paint shop is that? Osiris. Okay, I missed that. Is the loader? Is it a massive loader? Is it? Should be a pretty standard loader, I'd imagine. Keith in Miami. Yes. Oh, Keith in Miami. If you're in Miami, then maybe I'll meet up with you when I come to Miami. Carl Humphrey, Kalita Air now descending. Oh, okay. That's another load of jets going out. I think it's another load of jets going out of the Heath. And there they are. Just not gonna pick it up. That was either an F-15 or... Winthrop, McDonald's for the enlisted, the brass and top brass get lobster. Ralph Skyperian has got one eye on the stream and one eye on his work. Zig Games, no I haven't, didn't even know there was a golf centre next to Mildenhall, but I've got everything I need. Not in need of anything in my golf arsenal at the moment, thank you very much, but Zig, appreciate that. Boot all that! Keith Cornell, Gas Grill. In Austin, I believe they are. There will be water towers, won't they? And that's a sort of typical American style construction, isn't it, of water towers that we're used to seeing. Remember last time when I was in New York and looking out on the skyline, looking on the it's water towers literally on every single building. I believe modern buildings now are the towers are incorporated into the structure of the building, into the roofs, as opposed to being standalone water towers like that, I think. Your pal Palpatine. Do the newer 747 freighters have the front nose cargo door? Well, good question. The 747 with the nose load configuration is what all pure 747 freighters are built as from the factory. The only time that you don't see the nose loading on a freighter like you're seeing here would be on an ex-passenger or P2F, passenger to freight conversion. Obviously, as you can appreciate, the whole front end of the 747 pure freighter is a single unit which is built in factory with the swing nose option or capability, should I say? But the conversion, it's to take the nose off of a ex-passenger 747 would be far too big a task, I believe. So, Palpatine, in answer to your questions, all of the pure 747 freighters that roll out of the Boeing factory do have the nose, the hinged nose, whereas the passenger to freight variants do not. Stephen Ford, absolutely fine, my friend. Dan Glisek. Keith Cornell, you're absolutely right. They are on 06s at Lakenheath. There's another set going out now. Now sometimes, not all the times, but sometimes when they're heading back into Lakenheath, they will overfly Mildenhall. Sometimes, depending upon how busy the traffic is here. Possibly like a lone jet going out. Let's have a little check, make sure there's nothing. No, it's typical, isn't it? Because it's an interesting. That's the kind of thing that you know, spares and that are coming in on these aircraft. Now that's the sort of thing, obviously, you wouldn't be able to fit that in that Western Global. I don't think so anyway. I think it's a slightly too long piece to fit into the 747 unless you were able to utilise the nose loading. There's still nothing going on there. Yeah, speaking to the guys this morning, really nice fella, very talkative, talking about the activity that's this week has been busy here at Mildenhall, he said. But it's just typical that we turn up here and there's not a lot going on. The great thing is obviously that we luckily do have Lakenheath around the corner, so we'll be able to nip up there around about lunchtime if nothing else happens. Mighty Enid, was that a lone F-35 going out there? Edward Lloyd is a new member on Big Jet TV. Welcome, Edward. Good to see you here. Dave Yearsley, would be awesome to see some Osprey action, but still early yet. Yeah, I mean, I said to this chap who came up here and we were having a chat, and I said, well, the Ospreys don't usually go out till late after. He said, no, they could, they could fire up around about 9 AM, and you just never know. I guess it's still early doors, is it? Oh, Mighty Enid, very true, absolutely. That did look like a refueling boom, didn't it, in the back of that truck? Yes, I think you are absolutely spot on there, Mighty Enid. And Chris Davies also saying, looks like a refueling boom. Christopher Daly was stationed for 3 months at Woodbridge, Bentwaters. Had a great time. There's more aircraft going out of the Heath. Dave Yearsley, that is the wonder of spotting. You never know what's going to happen. You don't, do you? But well spotted. That, of course, that was definitely a refueling boom. Shows how big they are, doesn't it? Chicky Armitage is back. William Patrick, why are the two bases so close to each other? Well, I think it's just the way it is. This base here, I think, has been operational since the 30s, something like that, is it? Is it 1930 something? 1930, built 34, in use 1934 to 1950 for the Royal Air Force, 50 to 59 joint RAF and US Air Force, and 1959 to present the US Air Force, as is RAF Lakenheath down the road. So I'm guessing that they've taken advantage of the fact that these two airfields are that close to each other, that they can have their refueling arm based here up the road, so they don't have to interfere with Lakenheath, and Lakenheath can obviously operate as a pure fighter base, I'm guessing. Let's just have a little look here. See, that was built in 1940, in use 41 to 48, used by the Royal Air Force, and then 48 to present US Air Force. So Mildenhall came on a little bit later with the being transferred over to pure US Air Force. Grace, massive ULDs. Okay, well, there are some pretty big ULDs. We did see, if you remember, we saw some massive. We saw the difference in heights and size, dimensions of the ULDs when we were with UPS at Cologne. So yeah, they do have. oversized or outsized ULDs. Richard Joy never realised that the two bases are that close together. Dan Grange, good afternoon to you. Oh, there we are, Grumpy Taffy. The company EMA is Airborne Colours. Okay. James Young, good afternoon, good morning to you. Bulldog, Atlas Air 767, yes. Bulldog, that did arrive about 30 minutes before we went live. She is apparently on radar at the moment, so is she still on radar? Do you still have it there, Julie? Dan Glisek, the boom is 28 feet long when retracted and 48 feet long when extended. Wow, it can transfer 600 gallons of fuel per minute. That's really impressive, isn't it? So it's a telescopic operating boom from 28 to 48 feet. So it's a 20-foot telescopic capability on it. Stuart Pritchard, yes. Yeah, many people remain remembering the old Mildenhall shows. $600 gallons a minute. Wow. Eric, Mildenhall was built as part of the 1930s RAF expansion plan. It was used as the starting point for the 1934 England-Australia air race, won by de Havilland DH-88 Comet. Wow. Wow, never knew that. I do hear an aircraft. I'm wondering whether that might be the 767 that's started up and is taxiing or due to taxi. Eric, indeed, East Anglia was packed with airfields during World War II. Many were separated by only a few hedges. Yes, East Anglia. And that was primarily the US Air Force based in East Anglia, I think. There were a couple of bomber stations with Wellingtons, but I think most of the RAF bases, the bomber command bases, were stationed up in Lincoln and around those areas. York, Lincoln. Dave Yearsley, does Mildenhall have a civil cargo facility or is it all military? It is all military, Dave. As far as I'm aware, I believe it is all military. What's coming off that aircraft will be provisions, supplies, and of course spares, aircraft spares and so on and so forth. And that's why it's so regular. Robert O'Keefe, Suffolk was the main area for the US Air Force in World War II, so quite a few bases were around. Framlingham, Bentwater, Mildenhall, Lakenheath for bombers and fighter escort. Even had a US Air Force base down in the New Forest as well, with B-17s and Mitchell bombers, I believe, stationed down there, as well as fighter escorts. I think maybe some of the US Air Force bases in the war had dual bomber and fighter escort stations. I'm not sure. Mark Slade, interesting. Mentioning about FedEx and DHL not taking up the A380 freighter contract. The drawings were done, including folding wingtip variants. Interesting. You can definitely hear engines. Paul Grew. A lot of people have told me that go around Google. I'm not sure what that's referring to. Ian Snelling, good morning. There we go. He's got midweek off. So Ian, good to see you here. Going to be back over at Lakenheath a little bit later on, if we can find a spot. That is, it's going to be pretty packed out there, I believe. So we'll just have to see what's there when we get out there. And the winning Comet is still airworthy and operated by the Shuttleworth Trust. Oh, okay. Okay, I've gotcha. Luke Hostad wants a shout out for his dad who's watching downstairs. All right there, down there, Dad. Is that official? Is it? Has that just happened? Is it? Oh, there we go. Barry Breen. That was Stony Cross. Paul MK also confirming Stony Cross in the New Forest. Norwich. Yeah, there was also a bombing range that they used with Bomber Command for the earthquake bomb, I believe it was. One of Barnes Wallace's inventions, the Tall Boy. Still visible if you look on Google Earth. If you go down to Stony Cross on Google Earth, you'll see those bombing ranges, and you'll see a few craters there as well. One particular massive, great big one down there in the New Forest. I remember there was. I remember camping down at the New Forest one time. That's how I came to be aware of the US Air Force bases base that was down there. And there were a whole load of like empty shell casings lying in a bush, but had obviously been just discarded from, and they were big, 50 cal shell casings as well, possibly from either from the waste turrets or whichever turrets it might have been on the B-17s, or maybe even off of a Mustang or something like that. There we go, John Gore, Ashley Walk Ranges, that's it. Tall Boy and Grand Slam, there we go. Thank you for that, John. Wow, Elliot Reed, Singapore 777 just departed Heathrow. That would have been a good one to catch, usually the 350. Singapore Airlines operating their 777 out of Heathrow today. Pete Watson, happy birthday to you. Good day to you and very happy birthday. Oh, that's Steve McRae. Sitting, waiting for a parcel. Oh, okay, the US Air Force only came into being in '47, 2 years after the war had ended. The US AAF commanders had fought for decades to have the Army control of land-based aircraft. The US Air Force commanders had fought for decades to have the... Oh, okay. The US AAF. I guess that's the US Army Air Force, is it? Yeah. Irish Kennedy. Isaiah Kennedy. Irish Kennedy. Isaiah Kennedy, sorry. I got a glare on my screen. Alan James, new member. Yeah, Hodgie, I missed that SAS 330 yesterday, didn't I? At Heathrow. Hopefully it'll be back. Heather is it's Heather's birthday today as well. Don't like to call out people's age, ladies' age. I know she says how old she is, but Bulldog saying CV22s could be active around but 1 to 2 p.m. Okay. Keep an eye on that. That's about the time that we're going to be moving over there, isn't it? I told you, didn't I? That's what's going to happen. We're going to get over there, and in the distance I'm going to see all these... Yeah. Need to do a little bit of straightening out for this. Sorry, folks. Just straightening out the. When I did a pan over here, it's a little bit better, isn't it? The Willows campsite, folks. Nice, calm. All these guys down here. All this lot down here, they park their caravans up here throughout the winter months. Have to pay parking fees, of course. Guy over here, he's got a brilliant number plate. Was it B52 Fly? Something like that, wasn't it? Dave Yearsley, can't wait to get there one day. In the pipeline. Bulldog, Lakenheath is quiet at the moment, not many jets gone up. Interesting. Bulldog, are you able to confirm if these F-35Bs that are due in today, I'm guessing they're all coming into Lakenheath, are they? Civil plane under the tower came in last week. He's talking about that one there. Yeah, Debbie. Yeah, you kind of, it does help. Mind you could hire an RV, couldn't you? For a long weekend or something, I guess. Eric's got a motorhome and he says it looks the business. Yeah, nice friendly people here as well. Very warm welcome I had this morning from everybody here, I have to say. Just move this mic around a little bit. Is it? C-17 due into Lakenheath at 1:30, Mike's saying. Jordan Weir, good afternoon to you. Good morning, sorry. Oh, interesting. Jerry Hattrick saying, did anyone see the damage V-22 did at Addenbrooke's helipad? Absolutely destroyed it. Didn't know anything about that. Tell us more. There was a gentleman up here earlier on, and I know I keep mentioning about it, but don't recall it. I think it might be Dave, but there you go. I've called everyone Dave, don't I? But he did mention about the Swiss Air Force operating out of a base up in Yorkshire around about November time. Don't know if anyone's got any more information on that. Jordan Weir, I've just joined, been at work since 7 a.m. Have I missed anything? Well, Jordan, we had two KC-135s going out. That was pretty cool. And Boeing 747, which you're looking at right now, with Western Global, which arrived around about 30 minutes ago, or maybe a little bit longer. Oh, Michael Powell, helipad looked like a bit of old lino. Oh, okay, destroyed it as in down to the sheer power of the rotors, or did it actually spin the rotor with the rotors in a vertical position and chopped it up, or what? Several F-15C and E variants are away on a NATO training exercise. This is from Andy Kitson. Andy Kitson, that's the artist. He's an artist. That is Andy Kitson, the artist, isn't it? Not Andy, the other bloke that I met over there last time. Well, I called Andy Kitson. But there we are. Hope you're well, Andy. I think about 8 F-35A variants from the US Marines are at the Heath. Interesting. Watson. Daniel Morgan, you need to come to Prestwick. Joint Warrior starts May 7th. Interesting. Well, we would make the trip, I have to say, if it was guaranteed that we'd be getting a lot of stuff. Good, are there good spotting locations at Prestwick? Well, we know. Actually, that's interesting. It was Prestwick we went to see the 225, wasn't it, Chilly? Yeah, so we know about that. Okay, so I could speak to Dave up there, I'm guessing, and see what happens there. Oh my goodness me. Look at this. Oh, you're a star, mate. Oh, who cooked that then? Your missus or? Oh, tell her thank you very much indeed.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sir. Oh, I got a bacon sarnie, ladies and gentlemen. I have a bacon sarnie. It's a bacon bap, actually. Oh, yeah. Forgive me for eating this whilst you are watching this. Hold on. What a legend. Oh, it's only a bit of carpet and plastic grid work. Oh, there we go then. Andrew Grange, last November, F-18s operated out of Leeming. That's the one. Chris Davies, here we go. Andrew Grange and Chris Davies confirming. Swiss Air Force F-18 took up residence at RAF Leeming last December. There for a few weeks. Oh. Got brown sauce on it as well. Oh. There we go. Joe Spitfire, yeah, confirming that it was obviously not a sort of like a permanent helipad
or maybe it was for what they thought it was, but tatted tent. Wow. Jerry Hattrick. Rotors lifted the surface as V22 took off. Bits of matting got quite close to the blades. Wow. Is that on YouTube or anything? I'm guessing a few people have seen it. There we go, Michael 89. Swiss Air Force was in Yorkshire from November 24th to December 18th in 2020. It's planned that they come back for hot mission training in 21. I thought I heard rotors then. Tell you what, I haven't had a bacon butty for a long time, and this is a good one. Hey! Oh, Dom's saying that's when they, the RAF, oh, I've just dropped a bit. 3-second rule. Oh, Dom's saying that train the Swiss up so they can have QRA over in Switzerland. Brown. Keep Trenchard. Okay, training, supporting and delivering operations. Diverse RAF Leeming is home to 100 Squadron, 90 Signal Unit, 34 Squadron, RAF Regiment and a mountain rescue team, which I think we saw operational when we were up there. Oh, okay. Daniel Morgan talks about some F-16s going to RAF Lossiemouth or Prestwick. Has the wind noise got a little bit more intense, or is it on the mic? How is it? Sorry, Jelly. Oh, you can hardly hear it? Oh, okay, that's fine. That's good. Tell you what, that was lovely. I cannot thank them enough. That has just definitely filled the spot. I think it's that one there. Oh, it's on YouTube, thank you. Ollie say 2 KCs are doing circles over the sea north of Norwich. DJ Marky Mark, Atlas Air 767 on radar. Oh, it's quite recent then, that that V22 ripping up video. Look east, local BBC News. There we go. Andy Kitson, it was on national TV news. Thank you. Mikel 89, those trainings are mainly up there because we have strict night flying restrictions for military planes, and the pilots, they need their night shifts too. Okay. Stephen Billings, ADSB showing Atlas 767. I can hear it, and I think you'll find that it'll appear from the left of the Western Global Jumbo. Thanks, Bram. Thanks for the update. Oh, David Curtis saw a Spitfire coming out of North Weald yesterday. Had a red star on the tail. What is that all about? Chili, that's funny, man. I get the crusts and bits that fall on the floor. I'm lucky. Oh, this Atlas Air 767, ex-Canadian Airlines. Thank you, Stuart. Yeah, but you've got a desk in front of you with all the nice things. You can put your mug there. I'm balancing a box of bourbon creams with a plate and plastic paper plate. All the wind's blowing, and I've got nowhere to put my coffee, and you know. Vicky Jones tuning in from Chowchilla in California. Wow, Chowchilla. The Spitfire from North Weald is part of Hangar 11 collection. It's finished in Russian markings. You know what, David, I was going to say, it's a red star. The only red star marking I can think of is it's got to possibly be Russian. Yeah. C-17 off Norfolk coast, Stuart saying. Well, with any luck, like what happened last time, we will we'll get a couple of circuits and bumps. Ian McDermott. Ian Snelling, there are currently 2 BAE Systems Hawk 128 T2s just off the Anglesey coast. They're trainers, aren't they? They'll be trainers. Oh, okay, Dane Grayson. That's interesting. Okay, I see now. So it was a temporary landing pad that they put there for the aircraft.
What's that? Is it what? Oh, yeah. That's been on a few times now. Apparently, Air Force, one of the Air Force, government Air Force jets, 757s, was in at Mildenhall a couple of days ago as well. I'm hearing. Eric saying Spitfire's recently been restored by the chaps down at Biggin Hill and has been painted in the colours of one of the Spitfires sent to Russia during World War II. I think it is the actual colours. There we go. So get a fold-away table. Get a little rug and a couple of deck chairs while I'm at it. Hayley Barron, never have to apologise, Hayley. This all emails, but why is it RAF Mildenhall and not US Air Force? It is because they are not allowed to change it due to the UK. Due to the UK, there are some traditional elements to it. Very possibly, Hayley. I think it's just the name of the station, RAF Mildenhall. It's a US Air Force base. I'm guessing it's MOD. It's probably owned by the Ministry of Defence, therefore it retains its Royal Air Force title. Although it is a US Air Force base, I think. But Hayley, that's a good question. David Godfrey, good morning. Godfrey, sorry, good morning to you. There we go, Michael Powell. It's leased from the RAF. There we go. SNCL Railway asking what time's the Western Global 747 out of Mildenhall. Your guess is as good as mine, SNCL. Usually a 2 to 3 hour turnaround, depending upon what's coming off. I don't know if there's been much coming off of that aircraft in the last 30 minutes or so, but as soon as that rear door closes, kind of gives you an idea of within the hour it should depart, we would have thought. There we go. Eric confirming exactly what I thought. It is indeed retains the RAF prefix because they're controlled by the MOD, the Ministry of Defence. Oh, Nathan Girard. Has the A400M been successfully certified for air-to-air refueling of helicopters yet? Interesting. I don't know. Didn't know that was a... Be that would be quite an awkward sort of like procedure, wouldn't it? Air-to-air refueling with a helicopter. Obviously, the probe would have to be mounted at the front of the aircraft, I'd imagine. But then, wouldn't you have some major sort of like concerns over the boom, the flex, the tube itself being caught up in the wash from the rotors?
Wouldn't that be, wow. I wasn't aware of that, Nathan. You're all right, Andrew. I'm not. I've got my flask on the deck here. I'm all right. I've normally on the roof. If I'm on top of the roof of the van, I've already got my hard case, haven't I? I've got my hard case, which I carry all my stuff in, and I usually put my food and snacks in there. Harrison, love it. What jets station here? Well, Harrison, no jets. This is primarily used by the 100th Air Refueling Wing, part of the US Air Force Air Refueling Wing here at Mildenhall. Saying it's still an RAF station, yeah, but it has an RAF commander, and the US Air Force are hosts. Jeffrey Phillips, yeah, that's the plan. Hoping to do something with the G7 summit. We'll have to see how things pan out there. Of course, all of those aircraft coming in literally in one flight, because I believe that the airspace is cleared around the area for those aircraft, and they're given slots to arrive. It's not like, you know, most of them all arrive in the space of a day, over the space of one day. Which base do the B-1 Lancers go into when in the UK, because they're an amazing aircraft? Well, I would imagine. Oh, door has now been closed. Sorry, you folks have probably seen that, and it's probably down in the comments, way down. But Fairford, I'd imagine, Dane Grayson. I'd imagine that the Fairford would be the base where, because you get the most of that's one of the southern bases that the US Air Force use as well. Another RAF base leased to the US. Mr. E145, good morning. It is a bit breezy here. It is in fact very breezy. There's a good, strong, stiff breeze straight at me. There we go, Leo Redmond, B1's going to Fairford. Okay. Dom reckons that Air Force One will land at Fairford and then a helicopter ride down to the summit. What's that? Oh, are they? Oh, well, if that's the case, then I'd imagine that all of them will go in there, wouldn't they? Oh, Simon Brackett, there we go. They're extending the runway. for Air Force One at Newquay. Thank you, Paul MK, for the wind info. That's a definite stiff 16 knots, that's for sure. Lee Redmond, US Air Force Jollies are air to air. Jollies. Oh, there we go. Osiris Black Hawks do it all the time with C-130 refuelers. Okay, I wasn't aware of that. Had no idea that they had that capability. Oh yeah, now you've made me think about it, Andrew. Yes, Pave Hawks have a long refueling boom at the front side usually. Yes, now you mentioned that, I do now recall seeing a military helicopter with that with the long extended boom at the front. Yes, is that telescopic? Does it extend when they need it, or is it permanently fixed? I know it's a permanently fixed boom, but does it extend? But yes, I see that now. So that extends beyond the range of the blades. Ian Snelling, I saw last night that there was a Bell V-22 Osprey and a Lockheed C-130 Hercules out of Coningsby flying over the Norfolk coast. Interesting. V-22 Osprey and a C-130 out of Coningsby. Interesting. There we go, Pullock 20. I saw the French Air Force recently certified the A400M for air-to-air helicopter refueling. There we go. Well, that's the answer to that then, isn't it? Wow. That's got to be some skills, hasn't it? Air-to-air refueling. Not so much on the A400M's pilot's side, but most definitely on the side of the helicopter pilot, isn't it? There we go, Eric confirming refueling choppers is very tricky. There's an old YouTube video of a CH-53 having the tip of its boom taken off by its own rotors. There you go. That's what I was talking about. It's very, very tricky exercise. Chris Pym, interesting. Thought that Newquay was already long enough, as hence why it's been allocated to be a spaceport. Yeah, there's only a few runways in the UK. Wasn't there a couple of runways in the UK that were long enough to facilitate the landing of the space shuttle as well, wasn't it? Chris Davies, yes, is the answer to that. We have a Miami trip booked for the middle of June, so look out for that one, Chris. And then, of course, as things come on stream, once we are made aware of which countries are on the
the red light or the amber or green or whatever it might be, we will act on that and get ourselves out to, you know, desperate to get back out to our European friends, do some more airside stuff out there as well. Let's fly away. A new London Heathrow location is just on hold at the moment due to restrictions, but it will come on stream hopefully. Well, I would have hoped by the maybe June, somewhere around about then. So something's definitely fired up over there. David Edwards, Newquay has one of the longest runways in the UK. There we go. Mike Nocta, when are you going to spend an exhilarating fun day at Lydd Airport? Oh, Stuart Pritchard, A400Ms regularly been doing touch and goes at Norwich Airport and circling the city of Norwich in recent months. Had the A400M also down at Gatwick, haven't they, a couple of times? Wow. Zig Games 767 on the ground, the one that we're looking at here. Well, not this one here, but the one that's parked around the back there. With Atlas Air, flew in from Yuma, flight time 10 hours 8 minutes. Okay, each US Air Force base in the UK has an RAF commander as well as part of protocol. Eric selling us. Thank you, Eric. Oh, APU apparently on the 747, Jordan, we're saying. Oh, Ray, great to see you too, my friend. Thank you very much, and thanks for the bickies. Great to see you, Ray. And your, I think, son, was it son-in-law, I think, or... Yeah, Eric mentioning there about Newquay being modified to facilitate the Virgin orbital operations. I have heard something about that. I don't know where you've heard that from, Eric, but yeah, there is talk of something happening with Virgin Orbital during the G7 summit. Oh, Eric, Jolly is the Sikorsky CH-53, often referred to as the Super Jolly Green Giant. There we go. Just have a little look. Just have a little look. Nope, nothing happening there. Absolutely nothing happening there. those pods underneath the wing are the actual, I think they're the flexible refueling booms that are stowed inside those pods, either end of the wing there. Sort of gives them away as being air-to-air refuelers. I take it that number one engine is just windmilling, isn't it? That's just windmilling in the wind. Like a circle in the circle in the wind. Harrison Lovett. What jet station? I think I might have gone past that one. All the way down there. There we go. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Nane Bot, good morning to you. Oh, they're auxiliary tanks, are they? Dom's saying. Oh, okay. They're auxiliary tanks. Oh, well, I'm completely wrong there then. I thought they were the... So where's the boom then on the AAR Herc? Is it out the back? Western Global. Bulldog saying there will be MC-130 and CV-22 action later today. Oh, what do we do? What do we do? I mean, Lakenheath will always be active, won't it? Do we stick around here for the day? Keith, also on the DMEC 130Js, the frame on the rear fuselage is an electronics aerial. Okay, thanks for that, Keith. Oh, Scott Bateman was a C-130 pilot. Wasn't aware of that. David Edwards, I think they are the EC-130H electronic warfare variant. Chicky Armitage, thank you. Oh, okay. Aled Hughes confirming those compass call Hercs used for electronic countermeasures. So they're not refuelers then? They're not AARs then, those Hercs? Hi Jerry, no booms on Hercs, only hose and drogue. Yeah, Kevin, that's what I was confused with. Sorry, what I meant was I thought that those were the hose and drogue housings on the wing of the Herc there, because I've seen somewhere before. I've seen footage before of the hose being extended out of wing casings. Peregrine saying the F-35s won't be in until after 6 p.m. at the earliest. Eric, yeah, there we go. Jamming pods, David Edwards thinks. They're jamming pods. Okay, So they're nothing to do with the AARs then. Okay. Oh, Andy Kitson's saying Airbus has retired its very first Beluga, and this is Scramble reporting this. Beluga number 1 flew its last flight yesterday. GB's model zone. Hope you're well, my friend. If you look at the Hero with the windmilling prop, pan out to the wingtip pods outboard between the outer engine and the wingtip, it's the refueling pods. The hose comes out the back. Okay, so there it is. Right, I've got you, mate. Yep. So there they are. Right, okay. Much larger. Yes, can see that. Yeah. So they're countermeasure aircraft then. Wow, jamming equipment. Cool. Sarah Deal, take care. Harrison Lovett. Right, the Lancaster used to land where Heathrow is. Well, the Lancastrian, there was a civilian variant of the Lancaster that was called the Lancastrian, Harrison, and that was actually, I think, the first civil service that went out of London Heathrow was using a Lancastrian, I believe. Are you off?
Yeah.
Oh, nice to meet you, man.
Youngest Kirby.
Yeah, I do. Stand by.
Stick it on the motor now.
Where do I put them then? Where do I put them? I've got a great... Oh, there we go.
Yeah, pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, sir.
Yeah.
And drive safely.
Yeah, and
Back
you?
to where you're driving to.
Ripon.
Ripon in York. Oh, okay, not far from where Gilly is, right. Cool.
Yeah, okay.
Take care. All the best. Drive safely. Lovely fella. Lovely fella. Lovely fella. Okay, so Keith Cornell, the based MC-130J Commando 2s are air-to-air refuelers to refuel the Ospreys. Blimey. Okay. Thanks for that, Keith. SNCL saying that the USMC F-35s are due into Lakenheath at 7:30 p.m. tonight. And then they'll just literally go straight into their hangars. Daniel Morgan, this is the first I'm hearing, looks like the KC-135s could be returning, so keep an eye out for that. Something just popped up on the Mildenhall ground frequency, missed the call sign, Bulldog saying. Janet Cutler, good day to you. Quid 31 KC-135 heading back to Mildenhall from the North Sea. Peregrine confirming that now. Ulster Aviator also confirming KC-135 inbound by the looks of radar. Yes, looks like it's definitely happening. Icebox Pool also confirming that. GB Model Zone saying the Avro York was Lancaster wings and tail with a new fuselage as a passenger aircraft. Yeah, but I think that before the Avro York, some old Lancaster, well, some Lancaster bombers that were obviously produced but not used by the RAF were converted into passenger aircraft, possibly before the York came out, I think, maybe. Matthew Clark, fuel tanks are fitted between the engines for weight reasons, and air-to-air refueling pods are set wide to keep them out of the prop wash. There we go. Something down there that's had its engine running for quite some time, and I'm pretty sure that it's the 767. Oh, number 2 was retired last October, Matt Beale saying. Melanie Lester, before she heads off to work. Grabbing a few minutes. Well, see how long you can stay, Melanie, because we've got 2 KC-135s returning right now. So, oh, only one's returning, is it? David Edwards says a nice model shop in Ripon, apparently. There he goes. Oh, okay. Okay, possibly some touch and goes. Here we go. Bit of fun, finally. John Grinham, you haven't missed the 767 going out. We missed it. We all missed it coming in this morning. Bram, KC-135R inbound. It's 58 years old. Wow. Bulldog requesting option tower. Looks like we're getting some touch and goes. "10,000 feet, Stuart Pritchard, thank you. GB, there we go. York was a conversion from a Lancaster. Okay. But was the Lancastrian the predecessor to the York? I think, possibly. So I think the Lancastrian was the first, like I said, operational service out of London Heathrow with British Overseas Airways Corporation, I think. Abby Garvey, g'day to you. Oh, Chicky, I'll be the one sending your round neck women's T-shirt out to you. So it can get there really quick, can't it, Jilly? I mean, we've heard reports of merchandise reaching the States before people get their stuff in the UK. It really does depend on, you know, logistics and how quickly the postage system works. We work very quickly. Obviously, oh, I hear, hold on a minute, I hear rotors. That's definitely rotors, man. Is one of those Ospreys fired up?
Where's it? A couple of Ospreys.
Oh, there we go. Eric confirming the Lancastrian were built new on the Avro production lines, not
conversions. Definitely can hear rotors. I think. Stephen Nolan, that's the first one I've seen, Stephen. Air has been on radar for a long time, hasn't it? I don't know. I wonder if it actually did even turn its transponder off.
Yeah, they've gone to one of the heavies.
6,000 feet now.
Have a good day.
Sam Robson doing a great job there, Sam. 6,000 feet now. Matthew Clark, Avro, York, first flew in 42, Lancastrian first flew in 43. Okay, there we go. I got it completely the wrong way around then. Astra, good day to you. Still early, I guess, isn't it? I'd say you're probably around about right there, Chicky. Allowing 4 weeks is about right, I would have said. Oh, DJ Silver Surfer saying there's movements at the Ospreys. GBs, a Halifax bomber. There was a conversion of the Halifax, wasn't there? Lancaster and the certainly the Lancaster had a number of different variants. Rob Shipway says he thinks the 767 is moving. That may be an engine run that they're doing on that Osprey. I don't know. Vespina is in the air apparently, according to Keith Cornell and DJ Marky Mark, west of Birmingham. Oh, there we go. Here we go, folks. That's definitely coming out in it. Is that? Here we go.
Nice. Thanks, mate. Where's it at? Okay. Keep you posted on KC-135 GP should be approaching. No speed brakes. No ground spoilers. She's going straight back up. Something over the top of me. Oh, CMA, CGMA. Cargo 330. Oh, that's a beautiful aircraft, that is, man. That's a pure 330 freighter. Oh. Yeah. They've got two of them now, haven't they? All white, all completely white. And they've got the groovy front glass on them, haven't they? The cockpit, the canopy, black cockpit glass. Yeah. Oh, I can't see it, man. Yes. Yeah. Oh. I've spoken to them. I want to see if I can do a show with them, because that's a beautiful looking freighter, man, and it is a pure freighter as well. Oh well. United States Air Force. I mean, I'll be honest with you. CMA CGM before all the COVID crisis hit, they were primarily a shipping line. That's where you would normally see their. They've got the big freighter ships, haven't they? CMA CGM, I think. The other one's heading back, is it? Dave Yesley, looks like Quid 33 is also on its way back. Yeah, CMA is a beautiful aircraft. That's how, wow. It's interesting. I'd see a touch and go straight towards us. Still no activity. So I did hear that gentleman who came up and said hello earlier on mentioned that apparently when the B2, I think it was, first flew into the UK, it was escorted by a couple of jamming aircraft either side, possibly a couple of those Hercs or the Types, if you know what I mean. But okay, now she's Oh! Yeah, look at this. cool, man. Rolls-Royce T406 engines. Wasn't aware of that. I think it's the most impressive part of that whole thing is the capability of those engines to be swiveled. The pivot system is just is so impressive. What about it? Oh, this is doing my head in, Jilly, man. Is it on and off now? What's he doing? What's he doing? Try it again. Audio in. Check, check. He touched down quite late, didn't it? I can't believe that audio just... It's amazing, isn't it, that technology seems to find the most inopportune moments, you know what I mean? Like, it could have done it in all that time that we had the you know, nothing happening, and yet it decides to do it when it's, you know, when it's on approach. Well, I wouldn't have thought so. Hello, mate. No arrivals until 12:30. What? What, here? Oh. Sod's Law is alive and kicking. Living right, mate, I tell you. Is it working okay at the moment, Jelly? Wow. Did he go gear up? He retracted his gear then, didn't he? Yeah, Well, right, it's got to be the audio lead, man. It has to be the audio lead. It has to be this audio lead. Back in. Here's the other tanker arriving now. Good question, Harrison. What is the max speed for the F-15? I have got spares, Flying Panther. I do have spares. One is in the van. I'm going to go back and get that in a second. Good question though. (3,017 kilometers per hour), so over 2,000 miles an hour. Wow. Mach 2.5. Crazy. That is crazy. Yeah, nothing happening with that. So what's this that Bulldog was saying about the Queen's flight or the Royal flight being close by and therefore unlikely to be any until 12:30? Right, okay. Colin James, is military ATC done at Swanwick? Interesting. Well, I mean, I'm guessing there are military air traffic control stations that are, you know, I mean, obviously you have a control tower here. which will pick the aircraft up, you know, so many miles out. Quite how that is done, I'm not sure. I'm sure Bulldog will probably answer that. Daniel, what's that cable going the full length of the plane? Interesting. Is there a cable? Is that from? I don't know. James the Weatherman Whitaker just noticed the V-shaped winglet behind the rear wings. That's the fueling boom, the extendable fueling boom, James. And the V that you see there are the winglets, which are I'm guessing for aerodynamics of the boom to ensure that it doesn't flail all over the place. But that on the back of the KC-135 is the refueling boom that you're seeing there, James. Take care, Abby. Albie, sorry. Okay, there. So Eric is confirming that the V-shaped winglets are attached to the refueling boom. They help the boom controller steer the boom more accurately towards the receiving aircraft. So, is that therefore? Does it have control surfaces on it? Is it a controllable? Is it a moving wing element? Are they two individual moving wing elements, almost like stabilators in some way, Eric? Bulldog saying Swanwick military controls most of the military movements, so correct. Oh, okay. So the local ATC here will be just for local movements, I'm guessing. Jeff Bundy, C5 Galaxy heading towards Wales. Interesting. Okay. Well, shall we break for a short while then, Jilly? Because it's kind of pointless being on with nothing happening. Folks, we're going to take a little bit of a break. Oh, say, can you see by the sun and all that? We'll see you back here, either here or Lakenheath, one of the two. Probably in an hour. I'd say just within about an hour's time. So stay close to your phones, folks, for updates, and we'll let you know what's going on. So see you in a little bit. Okay, take it easy. Okay, GP.